So cheers and welcome to Can Captors.
Ed, it's a pleasure to be here, and listen, welcome to you as well. It's wonderful to be here in the sun, right?
I know, we'll get into ears until I get really sunburned.
I was just saying, here we are in Cannes. It's a very long way from sort of like, Tunbridge Wells and France and all this, where, the rain comes in sideways. It's a bit grim, but it's been quite nice, but this is special. It's just amazing.
Also, winemaking in Kent is fantastic.
Oh, winemaking's good, yeah. I wouldn't know. I'm not really a wine drinker.
Okay, just for the image. So we're here in Cannes. It's 7 hours in or something on day one.
I know it's early doors. No blisters quite yet, but we're working on it.
Glad to hear it. And in terms of a pun with the weather and being here, what do you think is going to be hot in Cannes for you? First question. Well, I'll start with one question here. What's going to be hot in Cannes for you this year?
Well, I don't know whether it's just for me. I think Cannes it's a melting pot of all sorts of people, and it's the only event of its type. There are the great events that are more transactional. You can go and do more business. This is all about meeting people and engaging and listening. AI, obviously, everyone is talking about AI. If you don't have .ai against your name, you're clearly no one.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack in that AI story. We certainly have our points of view on that.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a talking point. No doubt.
But you started AI first in terms of when you were built and how AI lived. Yeah.
So AI is a very interesting beast, right? So it's amazing. I think actually, if you remember those, you might remember if you're old enough like me, you remember those points of revolution in our world. So a point of revolution in our world with mobile was everyone getting Wi-Fi, and then suddenly you had an audience, right? I think this is going to be bigger than that. I think ultimately it's going to pervade every part of our human culture, whether it's about doctors or finance or anything. But I think we're only really scraping the surface. There's a lot of AI applications now on the web, and you can make yourself look like a child and sing, and there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But the truth is that, bottom line, if you get AI right, it will speed up and deliver a lot quicker than anything else a human can do. So our approach with Limelight is we have all of those AI values.
Yeah.
We have had AI, and we've been working with AI elements to our business for many years, or as long as machine learning and AI as it goes. But the truth is, we believe that it actually has to be human directed. Yeah. So imagine this. Imagine that you set up AI and you're going with a scale campaign or a scale activity, and you get it slightly wrong at the beginning with your AI rule.
Yeah.
And it will take you to the end point extremely quickly to immense scale within a blink of an eye, much faster than a human could. Yeah. But it might be slightly wrong at this end, but it's many degrees wrong at this end.
Because of the pace.
It's not just that, it's about being human directed. There is a human equity in AI that's really valuable. So we call it this, right?
Technology with a heartbeat.
So if you have technology, it should be seen as a tool, a revolutionary tool, one that's going to change our world and is already changing our world. But it has to be harnessed, it has to be managed, and it has to be delivered, and it has to be hand in hand with that human value, because otherwise it's potentially very dangerous.
So out of interest, as the leader of Limelight Technology Business, when you look at AI, I think the answer can be both. Are you looking at your business and the gains you make through using AI for your people?
Yeah.
Or are you looking at your customers' business and how you improve their business?
I love that. What a great question. That was almost like let me give you something to slam. Thank you for that. So Limelight, as you know, we're a white label platform. Our motto, our mission is to make your business reach its potential.
Okay.
So you never see Limelight in the brand, you never see Limelight in the UI, you never see Limelight in the endpoints. It's all about our partners.
Yeah.
We don't trade, so we've got no skin in the game. We're not fighting against them like others do.
Yeah.
So we're all about making their business more effective, more profitable, more viable, more exciting. And part of that, to answer your question, is the AI, and it's part of many things we do.
Yeah.
So as we develop AI values and we develop, auto optimization values, it's all about making them more successful.
Yes.
We're a transactional business. We're a straight business. So the bottom line is, if they're successful, so are we. But our goal is to make them successful. Yes. It's not about making us successful.
Yes.
If they're successful, we're successful.
Yes, very cool.
And that's really what it's about.
Yeah, and then that's so interesting. And then coming back to bring it back to Limelight, do you though have gains in your own organisation? Is it something you're encouraging? Is it just so intrinsic that the business operates with good AI use as that empowerment of your team?
No, it's a very good story. So, like any other organisation, we've done deep dive, and we continue to invest heavily in understanding the landscape.
Yes.
So we're not stupid enough to think that we can develop everything.
Yes.
I mean, that's the pitch we're making to everyone else: is don't need to develop it. You can work with us. So why would we be any different? You know, if there is expertise out there that we need to bring into our thinking, we're very open-minded to that, and we have team members and team parts of our technology and our R&D team that are absolutely tasked with understanding the landscape and to make use of what is there and to partner with what is there to add to what we're doing for the betterment of our partners.
Yes.
But also, you know, we are also developing at the same time. You know, development is difficult because you make gambles. You know, you make, you know, strategic, calculated risk gambles.
Yeah.
Some of them pay off beautifully, some of them don't.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just how the world works, really.
Yeah.
But we have to be very aware. I think it is going to change the world. It's already doing that.
Yeah.
We're part of that. We're already seeing some amazing results.
Yeah.
But we just need to be sure that that's the right way of doing it. And we do that in a very controlled way.
Yes. And you said you're here to listen, and I know it's Cannes an interesting one because there's so much going on. And everyone comes here with an agenda, and like I said, we want to transact and make it valuable. And for what it's worth, I think, the people will be here for different reasons. But are there parts of the industry that you want to hear about whilst you're here, whether that's CTV or out there, anything that's on your radar?
CTV, of course, is on our radar. You know, we're a massive CTV platform. Many of our partners are very big in CTV. And of course, it's still fast growing. Yeah, it's developing fast. It's emerging in its own right as a channel. A lot of the sort of Wild West nature of it when it first started is dissipating. Yeah. So yes, obviously, always interested in CTV. Yeah. We're also working very much within the audio channel. Okay. Yeah. We're seeing a lot of audio emerging, and also we're now a digital out-of-home platform, and so we're playing in that world as well, along with native, along with video native. The things we don't do because we're not experts at it, and so we wouldn't therefore suggest that we are things like, you know, Push or XML or you know, there are other great platforms out there that are expert at that. Kernel's a great example of that. You know, that's their strength. Whereas, you know, the full service mainstream ORTB key channel play, that's really where we live, really. Yes, that's our background.
When you speak to your customers and when you're looking at new logos, where do you see most of the demand coming from by way of the types of campaigns that organisations are running?
So it's very cool. So a lot of the agencies they have their own struggles, they have their own challenges.
They do at the moment, yeah.
And you know, the market is awash with stories about how things are changing. And I think agencies generally have a bit of a big generalisation. You know, so you know, if you're an agency out there, I don't mean to insult you. That's not the intention. You're lovely people, but you have to struggle hard to maintain your reason for being in the supply in the chain of activity, right? Because so much of it is being eaten by middleware people. So imagine, you know, you've got a load of DSPs that will give you your campaign, they will manage your campaign, they will give you access, and really the agency is acting almost like a dumb pipe to those guys. So who's getting the value? Well, it's that middleman, right? Yes. So if you look at a publisher, he's getting maybe 40-50% of the value. Yeah. There's a middleman and another middleman, and there's an agency who also has to marginalise. So, you know, think about that. So our approach is that we love all those guys and we work with all those guys. But the truth is our technology really allows somebody to operate from end to end and control from end to end and build their own supply chain and build their own demand chain end to end with full transparency and make their own margins, whatever they are, at a fraction of the cost of the middleware. Yeah. So there's 20-30% of extra revenue available if you operate with a white label like us. Yes. So, but that, you know, it takes. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. It's just an option. You know. Yeah.
Good stuff. And so, in terms of things you'd love to come away from Cannes with, what would a successful Cannes look like?
Well, I'd love to come away with another 100 partners, but you know, I don't think that's going to happen. I think really Cannes is all about meeting people. Yeah. It's all about, you know, understanding what they're about, understanding other people's use cases and goals. Yeah. And really helping that to guide the direction that we take. We have a lot of partners here, a lot of clients. We don't call them clients, we call them partners. Yeah. We have a lot of partners here, so you know that's great to meet up and catch up and understand how things are going for them. Yeah. The world is continually changing. I mean, God bless our Israeli friends. Yes, absolutely. Whether you believe what's going on is right or wrong, there are people in Israel and also in Iran that are hiding from bombs right now. Yeah. And so that we hope settles down, and it certainly has an effect on the world of programmatic trade to a degree. So. You know, we hope that all settles out and sorts itself out, but we will one. But listen, I'm sitting here and I'm beginning to melt.
Okay, we'll call it that.
Are you right?
Yeah,
any good?
All right.
Thank you very much.